voting for me will stop them. Who knows? I had some kids run up and say, I've got my parents to vote for you. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, if they didn't vote Tory for the bad guys and they voted for me, the good guy, that's a swing of 2 votes. So every kid could score me 5 votes if he could talk his parents into voting against the prohibitionists for the abolitionists. Who knows what the results are going to be, but this is the first election in 25 years I ever felt I had any kind of hope simply by the reaction of the people to the handouts. But basically, the lot of the independent candidate is a tough game, you know, especially when votes and elections are won by how many sheeple you can carry to the polls. And the guys with the biggest fleet of cars win. So that's why no support for anybody out there on the lawns. People are puked out by all politicians, but they're going to show up at the poll last minute and hold their nose and pick. And maybe the other ones will puke them out so much that maybe they'll throw their vote my way. Who knows what kind of serendipity can happen. I've had such phenomenal winning streak in the last year when they dropped the charges against 4,000 people. They've dropped the charges against 5 people in the last 2 weeks. Maybe the winning streak is going to continue on into politics and I won't end up breaking the record for most election losses, which will stay at 57, even if the most elections contested is now 58. 1 win gets me a 2nd record established. So anyway, let's hope. I got my fingers crossed. I got to get out there, pass out more flyers, and do my best for the rest of the game and see if anything can transpire that's going to change our country and change our planet. And voting for John the Engineer will do that. In every election before this, before I made the big win on the marijuana, and of course I've had 5 charges dropped in the last 2 weeks, made the Toronto Sun, but they wouldn't print it in the Brantford papers. Ever since then, there's a different feeling. People will take my paper, give me a big smile, give me thumbs up. Marijuana is a much more popular issue than interest-free banking ever was. And I never used to talk about marijuana almost ever through most of my campaigns. And therefore I knew I was 1,000 to 1 against ever beating the big machines with their fleets of cars to carry their lists of brain-dead voters to the poll to milk them for their votes and bring them home. So I never really did more than go to all the meetings, go to all the speeches, go to all the free stuff, but I never handed out flyers and did any door-to-door. This election, since this incredible response has happened, changed everything. So, I mean, mere fact I can distribute 100 flyers an hour at one spot, that's an incredible number in itself. So, if that is any indication of the kind of support legal marijuana has, and like I explained on the Rogers debate, there's 1 million people out there who were busted and had their lives ruined by these criminal records. And that means that almost every family out there has been touched, some member, some kin, by a criminal record for pot. Uncle Lenny couldn't come to my marriage because he was busted for pot and we were having it in the States. You know? So most people have been touched by a victim of this bad law. Maybe people are going to realize it's time to put a stop to it. And I can stop them. I'm a scary individual, and to politicians and judges and the establishment in general, and the treatment I'm accorded. I mean, when I was busted on Parliament Hill with 7 pounds of marijuana, Frank magazine did a newspaper story about, wow, a man gets busted on Parliament Hill with 7 pounds of marijuana and the hill hacks sleep through the bust and don't report on it. What could have prompted the media to not report on it? And then we find out when they dig deeper, reporters who wanted to cover it up, the editors would say, no, we don't want to dignify Turmel with any publicity. Which means that to have told the people about my achievement would have added dignity to me, and they will not do anything that will add dignity to me by being a nice move. But if something bad happens, well, sure, they're going to report it all the time. So anyway, they would not dignify Turmel by reporting about his move to stop the prohibition of marijuana on Parliament Hill. Did you hear a knock?
Yeah. You want
Yeah.
to know this?
No, you click.
Bill,
Yeah.
hi.
Yeah.
I've the kids aren't coming over, but I've gone high and low through the TV guide. That show is not on. You can look Sunday
Really?
night, News World or on CBC.
Okay, well listen, let's just check because they advertised it on the internet. So at 8 o'clock,
Yeah,
oh, I'd love to see it.
I know.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
looked News World and CBC starting.
And there's nothing, eh?
No,
But did they have it listed elsewhere?
No.
So this
No.
is something that may have
Yeah, here,
preempted
I'll show you.
everything.
Yeah, see.
But did they have it listed yesterday? The marijuana movie in there. Did you ever
Oh
see
yeah,
it?
oh yeah, of
Oh,
course.
it did?
Oh yeah.
Oh, then
yeah.
it's probably not
See,
going to be shown.
8 o'clock. Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
And News World is NH.
Right.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Sure, somewhere. It's another show that's on instead.
Oh.
And I also looked at CBC, which is right here,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Henry VIII is on.
Yeah, for sure.
So
So
you know, News World's, you know, it's not on there. And then at 9 o'clock, I looked again.
No, it's
and,
at 8. It's at 8 for
yeah.
sure.
But I looked right through till 2 in the morning. See, at 9 it's Canada Votes.
Well, I tell you what. At 8, check.
I'll put it on.
If it comes on,
I'll come and get it.
well, actually, I'm going to be out at the block. I'll want you to come out and get me there. Okay? Throw on some shoes and come pick me
Yeah.
up. Because I saw the beginning of it from the
Yeah.
tape you gave me.
Yeah.
I can.
And then you have Passionate Eyes on. Anyway, I checked
Yeah.
all through the night and.
Okay.
How you doing?
Hi.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So if it's
Okay.
on at 8, I'll certainly get you.
Let me know. Okay. Okay. Okay, my opponents. Well, Liberal, typically they got a lawyer. Tories, not typically, they got a fireman, city councillor. NDP, typically they got a health worker, social civil servant. Green Party, environmentalist, hemp store owner. And of course, Christian Heritage, typical old mother, wants to stop abortions. You know, about as typical as you could ever expect from these parties. More of the same, completely bland, incredibly typical, not one of them stands out, you know, in contrast to what their parties should be. So, what can I say?
What are you going to do tomorrow?
I think I'll probably hand out flyers for as long as I can in the downtown, same spot, tell people to go vote. If I'm allowed to, I'm going to check the... And if not, then I'm just going to probably go play poker during the daytime and then go back to work. I work as a professional poker player across the street at the Brantford Casino. I'm known as the professor at the Taj Mahal in Atlantic City for 5 years. My online name is Taj Professor, one word. I sell a poker system, and I'm the best limit poker player in the world with the highest winning average. And so if I can't go do politics tomorrow, I'll probably be at work at the Brantford Casino starting to play poker again. And then probably go wish the winner congratulations tomorrow night at their victory party before coming home and doing my report online and then going to sleep and then back up to go to work at the casino from then on.